We waited until the moon slipped behind a bank of low clouds. The Jezreel Valley was pitch black, save for the harsh sodium glare of the floodlights surrounding the archaeological dig. "Perimeter check," Yousef whispered. We were belly down in the dirt, 300 meters from the outer fence. I peered through the scope of the sensor array. Thermal is clean. Motion is clean. But the gravimetric readings are shivering. They've got a localized distortion field up, meaning if you walk through the front gate, you might end up walking out the back gate yesterday, I said, packing the scope. Or you might just get spaghettified. Hockney isn't using barbed wire. He's using spatial geometry. I hate math, Yousef grunted. He checked the suppressor on his pistol. Lead the way, engineer. We moved in a crouch, sticking to the shadows of the ancient stonework. The SVR mercenaries were professional, patrolling in overlapping vectors, but they were looking for soldiers. They were looking for men with guns and night vision. They weren't looking for a physicist with a distinct lack of respect for the laws of conservation. We reached the distortion field. To the naked eye, it looked like a heat shimmer rising from asphalt. To my sensors, it looked like a brick wall of folded space. "Hold," I said. I pulled out the portable Wick unit box, the size of a toaster with enough processing power to mine Bitcoin until the sun burned out. I connected a probe to the shimmering air. "Can you breach it?" Yousef asked, eyes scanning the dark. Breaching is crude. I'm going to convince it that we're already inside. I keyed in a sequence I derived from Heinlein's notes and the Cosmic Codex. The equation was tricky. It required factoring in a variable for observer intent. The shimmer turned violet and vanished. "Go," I hissed. We stepped through. The world didn't change. The dirt was still dirt, but the air tasted different, metallic, sterile. We were inside the bubble. "Clear," Yousef signaled. We moved toward the center of the camp, weaving through the rows of high-tech tents arranged in that obsessive triangular formation. It wasn't just aesthetic. It was a circuit board. The tents were nodes, channeling energy toward the main excavation pit. Suddenly, the ground lurched. Not an earthquake, a shift. "Crease," Yousef warned. The space around us twisted. The tents elongated, stretching into infinite gray spires. The ground became a grid of neon blue lines. We weren't in Israel anymore. We were in a pocket dimension, a buffer zone, defensive measure. I yelled, grabbing Yousef's arm as gravity decided to take 5 minutes off. "Don't shoot. Bullets won't work here. It's a mathematical construct. Figures materialized from the grid. They weren't people. They were geometric shapes made of searing light, rotating with a hum that vibrated in my teeth. Beings of light?" Yousef shouted, floating inches off the ground. "You have got to be kidding me. They're security subroutines." I pulled the codex from my bag. Hockney programmed them to sterilize variables. That's us. One of the shapes a tetrahedron of burning white fire lunged. I didn't shoot. I did math.